Good evening, everyone. Today is Tuesday, October 24th, 2023. Welcome to the Dani Perro Show here. We are in the studio today, live, with a wonderful, amazing person to the side of me. I'm so excited to have you, Gwen. This is seriously going to be such an amazing show for everybody tuning in. We've had a huge connection just in the beginning of the show, and now we're officially starting live. So thank you, Gwen Alden, for being here today.
Thank you.
Very excited to have you, and good luck on your first interview. I'm sure you'll do amazing.
Oh, already helping me out. Thank you.
So I want to get started a little bit in the beginning for yourself as well, is when you first got into music exactly. I know you were about 6 years old, and do you feel like you got that intention to like slowly listen to music? You slowly feel like it was like pulling at you? Kind of what was going on?
Yeah, it's interesting. I grew up in a big family, so I have 6 siblings, and I'm the youngest. My twin sister and I are the youngest. All my older siblings were listening to classic rock and the Beatles and the Allman Brothers, David Bowie, stuff like that, and it was like...
I know all of that.
Yeah, like really stuff a 6-year-old wouldn't be listening to.
Of course. So something completely different.
Exactly. I remember like my older sister said she would place my twin and I on the bed and just blast the Beatles. So I like to think that like as an infant, that music was just like seeped in to my brain already.
Yeah, so you already had an idea of it.
Already getting, yeah. So I wasn't really listening to what everyone else was listening to, and then some other songwriters like Carole King and Joni Mitchell like came along when I was like 10, 11, and that music just hit me in a way that I don't think would normally happen to a child. Like I knew that was the real kind of music that I liked, that I aspired to do, and I was always listening to like what was going on behind the music.
Of course.
Picking up little things and everything, and that's, I think, when it started that I was wanting to do that kind of music, wanting to write, wanting to like explore more genres and everything. So yeah, just all kinds of different music as a kid. Like I was hearing it constantly, and then I latched onto it. So here we are.
Do you feel like also, because I think you were in like some choirs and different like musical theater. Did you do that as well in high school or
I did church choir. I did the plays. Yeah, I did some like musical theater on the side, and even that I loved because it was just music
and acting.
And a little bit of acting.
Did you like the acting part? Or did you prefer the music more?
The music.
The music more?
Yeah.
Because I feel like with the musical theater, I feel like it's obviously all.
You just got it.
It's just more of like the fact that when you're like in musical theater, you understand like you have to have like the singing, dancing, acting, all that.
And that's where my twin, she ended up doing all that, and I always stayed.
And you just did the music.
So that's where people could kind of like differentiate us, and they were like, okay, Paige is going the acting way, Gwen's just doing the music, but yeah, still like it was singing, so I loved it, like whatever it was. If I could sing, I was happy.
Or did you get a chance to do any like solos as well when you were younger? Or anything, kind of to where you are now? Like even if it was just in the beginning.
It's so funny that you asked that because I did not have the confidence at all.
Really?
And it's really interesting because I read a quote somewhere that was like, the life I chose is nowhere near my comfort zone. And now I think back to like me as a kid.
That speaks so much as the truth.
I'm like, at that time, I just like wasn't ready, but like I would shy away from solos and stuff. It just wasn't like, I didn't believe in myself.
You feel like it wasn't your calling?
Yeah, and I felt like, okay, I could never handle this.
Or it was maybe a little too shy for you to be like, this is something I could do.
Exactly.
But like, you could do it. It was just hard for the confidence level kind of thing.
I didn't have it in me. And like, I didn't believe in myself. And it wasn't until probably college, after college, that things started picking up. But yeah, like, if I could be a part of it, that was great, but I didn't want to be on the spotlight.
It was just something you felt like you just had to get a little bit used to, kind of like growing up.
I had to get comfortable with it somehow.
So being 6, probably mid-teenage years, and then graduating high school, shortly after that, did you do anything for music in your career as well then? I know you also went to college.
Yes, I did. I did go to college. I performed in like a couple of the talent shows in college. That was cool.
Okay.
And I want to say that college was like exactly the time that I started writing. Like I was doing that in high school. To go back really quick, my sister picked up guitar in 8th grade, and I was watching her play, and I was so jealous that she could play the guitar, and I kept asking her to teach me, and she would never teach me. And I was getting really impatient. I was like, I really want to learn. Like, can you just teach me a couple chords? So I picked up the guitar and looked at a poster of guitar chords and just followed the fingers on the strings.
Yep.
And
That's how
somehow
it works.
figured it out for myself, and I'm glad it worked out that way because then I could never put it down. And
So when did you pick it up? How old were you?
I was 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been playing
And then-
ever since?
Yeah.
Or was it professional 14, or did you feel like you had to get lessons?
It was just me in my bedroom, on my bed, listening to Taylor Swift.
That's a
Listening to all
start.
her CDs after school. Like, that was it. It was just Taylor Swift. And yeah, like, I'd be lying if I said she didn't inspire me to start, like, writing my own songs, because
Of course.
I just
At a young
listened to-
age.
Yeah, the same thing. I just listened to her stuff, and I was like, this is so, like, singable and familiar and, like, simple. I can sing, and now I know how to play. Maybe I can write.
Yeah.
So it just kind of happened. Like, I know people, a lot of artists say that, but, like, it really did just happen. Like, I just started, like, coming up with melodies.
Because that's what it is. It depends on how it, pulls at you,
Exactly.
basically, in the industry. But it's also like when you're starting at a young age and it's something that you want to pursue,
Yep.
it takes a little while to get there, but then eventually you're climbing these hills that you're going to get to
Exactly.
the top. That's the big part of being a musician.
And at the time, I'm writing stuff that I wasn't even really experiencing. Like, I wasn't going through anything I was writing about. I was only 14. I
Yeah.
didn't have a boyfriend. I didn't know what
So did you
heartbreak
write
was.
stuff what
So I just
Taylor
wrote
Swift was
whatever.
doing?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I was like, okay, let me just make something up.
But you
Let me
know
just
what?
make
That's
it seem.
That's exactly what half of the music in the industry was,
Exactly.
though, because they try to make everything relate to
It's
you
true.
and how you're dealing with heartbreak.
It's true.
And it's like, maybe if you never had heartbreak, you won't know what it feels like. So then I'm just going to fake what heartbreak feels like, and then you actually have heartbreak, and it's like, oh my gosh,
Exactly,
that's so
and you
true.
can feel it, and that's how it is now. And sometimes, even like today, like I'll look back at like the notebooks I wrote all my stuff in, and I'll like listen. I'll think about them differently.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, that's what I was talking about, and now I can like.
Oh, so
have a
you go
different
back to them, you
perspective.
look at them, like,
Sometimes.
okay.
Yeah, sometimes I will. My mom's always like, go back to those songs. Like, some of those are really good. Some of them, I'm like, listen, I don't ever want to.
probably
But
when you were
again,
younger.
I don't
Yeah,
want it to see the light of day. I don't know what I'm saying.
Well, you can always change them,
But
I'm
yeah,
sure.
I
Was this
could.
all when you were 14? These are the
like
songs
14,
that you wrote?
15.
Okay,
Yep.
so mid-teenage years
yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah, when I was like wanting like a boy to look at me and like just writing about that kind of stuff, like longing. You know what I mean? Like you're just in those years and you're like,
Or like having a long-distance relationship.
yeah,
That
just
sucks.
Like, something like that.
I think it's also the
Yeah.
fact that like being young and you were also in school and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you date anyone when you were
No, I
mid 14? Okay, so you
I did
waited till you
not.
were
I was
older,
the-
mature.
Like quintessential drama geek. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like
Okay.
it was like me and my sister, we had like two friends, and we were just like, drama club is life, choir is life, let's stay in on Friday and watch like weird movies. Like I did not do the whole social thing and like dating. But
Okay.
you know, it
It takes time.
yeah,
You have
it
to
takes
find the right
time,
click
and, like,
for
I
it.
also knew, like,
I'm glad you're very close with your sister, though. It seems like
Oh,
she pushed you
totally.
through a lot, too.
Oh my God,
Well, you
absolutely.
both are twins. You're the same age.
Yes.
Okay, that's
30,
why.
30, flirty, and thriving. Kind of. I don't know. Maybe.
Love that. Oh my gosh. So it seems that you both obviously grew up a lot together, and you both have different roles of what you want to pursue.
Yeah.
But you're also very supportive of each other, I'm sure,
Yeah.
right? Like you probably support her in her acting roles or anything
Oh,
like that.
100%.
She's like, I'm gonna go see Gwen, perform at this open mic or something like that.
Yes.
So
she just came with me to Nashville. I just got back, and like that was awesome. I've been going back for 3 years after living there, and she will show up to anything. She totally gets like where I'm headed with music, and like she's very creative in her own way, but like she sees like, okay, I have a twin sister that's like a striving like country music artist, and like she'll take pictures, she'll help with content, like TikToks. I'm like, can you just
good,
get
like
this?
social media wise.
Oh yeah.
What
yeah.
Chris does for me, basically.
Yes. That is-
Exactly.
there you go. You have your person to
Yes.
help you. Everyone needs that.
You do,
in this
because
world.
it's just, it actually gets very overwhelming depending on you becoming bigger or what you want to pursue.
Yep.
It's like you can't do everything yourself. And even if you are, there's
No, you
mistakes you
can't.
do and people are going to judge you about it. And it's like,
people in
excuse
our
you, how can you
positions,
be
like,
that
you have a
person?
show, I do my music, like you have to wear a lot of hats. So you end up being your own photographer, videographer, promoter, like all those things. So like that's what
Producer,
I've been used to
exactly.
for a decade now. It's been a decade that I've been really like chasing this music, like playing shows, doing all those things. So like I know what it's like to do all that for yourself, and like it's never a complaint. It's kind of like cool to be like, I do all of this by myself and for myself.
Yeah.
And to have a team is just like a blessing, and like one day maybe I'll get there where I have like a bunch of people, but it also helps with just your growth as a human and your growth as like an artist in whatever way that is.
In the industry, of course. That's
Yes.
100% the best way. Now, I know we have some music that
Also,
you're
I
going to be
love your
playing.
nails. Just saying. And your
Thank
shirt.
you.
I'm going to like comment on all the things and be like, I love this, love that.
Thank you so
I do.
much. So we have some music that you're actually going to be playing. I know you're going to be playing one in the middle of the show.
Yes.
We have some music that you gave us. So what song did you want to play?
I'm
That
going
we can show to the
play
world.
my song, That Drive to Nashville.
So you're going to play that one live?
Yes.
Okay. Which
Which
one
is-
did you want to play recorded?
To record?
Yes.
Ooh,
So we
what
could
were the
talk
other
about
ones I
that.
said? I can't even remember.
That Winding Road?
Oh, was it
1 second.
somewhere between Nashville and Jersey? This is so bad I can't even
Bent
remember.
Swing.
Bent Wing.
Bent Wing. And then the other one was New Kind of Being in Love?
Ooh.
I believe so.
You can play Bent Wing.
Okay, so let's talk about it before we play it. So what
Ooh, this is a
is...
story.
Okay, so give me why the title.
Mhm.
What's the title have to do with the song?
So I'll bring you back a little bit. This is a story.
Sure.
So moved to Nashville in 2018. It was like my dream come true. Like I got here, I'm here. I was in a relationship. For the year I was there, it was really like relationship, no music.
Okay,
Which,
that's
you know, was just life at the time.
Of
and I
course.
loved every minute of it, and it was great. So I moved home in December of 2019. About October, I started to experience a lot of crazy things in my body that I never thought would happen. I was having panic attacks. I couldn't sleep.
Ooh, okay,
I
yeah.
was losing weight. Lots of things were happening, and I just thought, like,
What's going
something's
on?
going on. Moved home, I ended up finding out I had a diagnosis of PMDD. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I have not.
You've not?
No, I don't
It's a
think I have.
very extreme, severe form of PMS.
Oh.
So it sounds really lovely.
Oh my gosh.
But, okay, so, and I never knew about it either. And it kind of like, it's just, yeah, so it's another condition of that. And it's very manageable now. I don't need to get into the craziness of it.
Okay.
But I will say
But it's
everything's
tolerable?
great. Yes,
Okay.
yes, everything's so manageable.
It just took a while to get
It
under
did,
control.
It did.
Because you had to find out what it was.
But it ended up turning my world completely upside down. I moved home and I was in the thick of this sickness and I had no idea who I was anymore.
Oh no.
It was really, really, really bad for a while. Yeah, I just kind of like lost my identity. I didn't sing. I didn't even know if I wanted to do music anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Like my whole life changed. Like
Yeah.
went from like Gwen's great to like Gwen is not good. So it was kind of crazy. And I was having a conversation with my mom, and I was like, I just feel so broken. It was probably the 100th time I was on the bathroom floor, like crying. And she's like, you're not broken. This is you're just having a bent wing. Like you don't have a broken wing. You just have a bent wing. When she said that, I was like, bent wing.
I'd
What a
like
name for
that.
a song, right?
Wow, okay.
I just thought, like, this has to be something, and now I can, like, turn my story into a song. So, yeah, so I ended up writing a song called Bent Wing, like, in my PJs on a summer morning, and it's, like, a quick little song, but pretty much summed up, like, how I was feeling and where I was going at that point in my life, and
Wow.
I'm
and how it
glad I
had
did.
turned around
Yeah.
and where you are now.
exactly.
Oh my God, that's
it's about
amazing.
strength, inner strength, and always being able to pick yourself up, and
Beautiful.
reminding yourself, like, you're never fully broken.
You
Even
just
if you
have a
feel
bent
that way,
wing.
you just have a bent wing. Like you
I've
can
never
put
heard of
the
that.
pieces
I
back
love
together.
that terminology.
you.
Oh my God, I'm going to be
thanks.
using that now. Just so you know.
Listen to it, and I always try to tell people, like, this is for you if you're in a really bad place. Like,
I think it's also, actually, that's just a certain amazing way to say it, because if somebody has like a depressive time where they feel like it's hard and they can't get over this slump, you could literally tell
it's never
them,
gonna
like,
stay that way.
you could
Things
just
are
say,
always
you have a bent
temporary.
wing, you know,
Exactly.
and they'll be like, having to think about what we actually mean by it, but then like
Exactly.
later down the line they'll understand that we were there and super supportive of
It's
the whole
true.
situation.
It's true, and I'm glad I wrote it. And there were a lot of songs at that time, not even mine, other people's songs that like helped me, you know, feel good again and like feel like I could like move on and like get to a better place. But I'm glad that at the end of the day I could write my own
Yeah.
and do that for me, because not only was it like a song I needed to write, but it's something I needed to hear. So I
Very
was able
beautiful.
to do that for myself. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, guys, we are gonna play Bent Wing. Why did that come out? Ring. We're going to play...
That's the alternate version. Bent ring.
We're going to play Bent Wing. And we'll be right back to the Dani Perro Show so you guys can all tune in and listen to the beautiful music.
A sad song, I just wanna let it all go. Remember all the good times and go with the flow. Drink it up, let it be. Love it all, even me. 'Cause there ain't no more time for being down. Park my car on the side of the road. Tell everyone to take it a little bit slower. Soak in the sunshine. Take my pain and set it free. A Sunday morning, kinda easy feeling. I don't wanna let go of. It's a new kind of being in love. Done with all the hurt inside. It's too heavy on me all day. Ready to enjoy the ride. And I only got nice things to say. Send a smile everywhere. I got enough that I'll share. What goes around comes back around. So make each and every moment count. And park my car on the side of the road. Tell everyone to take it a little bit slower. Soak in the sunshine. Take my pain and set it free. A Sunday morning, kinda easy feeling. I don't wanna let go of. It's a new kind of being in love, 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 love. And park my car on the side of the road. Tell everyone to take it a little bit slower. Soak in the sunshine. And take my pain and set it free. A Sunday morning, kinda easy feeling. I don't wanna let go of. It's a new kind of being in love. New kind, new kind, new kind of being in
Okay, guys, we are back. So, no, that's okay. So I just want to let everybody know we actually just played New Kind of Love. We are going to play Bent Wing in a little bit, but New Kind of Love was a song that when you get the opportunity to kind of listen to it, what do you feel like you're pulling at for this song as well?
So that one I wrote at one of my many survival jobs. I was actually working at a gym and I was like watching the kids in the kids room, which I loved. I adore children. And I was like, no one had come in yet, so I was like, I took out my notebook. I was in the room by myself. It was quiet, and I had just broken up with the person I was in a relationship with.
The one in Nashville.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to write a sad song. Like, that's literally what I started writing, and that's the opening line of the song was, I don't want to write a sad song. Just want to let it all go, have fun, find a new way to, like, be in love with life, be in love with, like, the sunshine, like, your family, like, whatever. So it was literally just about, like, there's a new kind of being in love, and it doesn't have to do with a person. It just has to do with falling in love with life again and, like, yourself again.
Which is with your whole situation that you had happen when your world flipped.
Yeah. All those songs I started writing were for me to find my own strength, to find hope again, to find, like, to just, like, have peace. Because I was so just, like, rattled and shaken up by everything.
And I'm sure it took a while, you know, to get
while.
back to normal.
Yeah, it did.
A lot.
But, and just side note, like, thanks to, like, an amazing doctor I found who treated me and got me back on track and, like, saved my life, that was all taken care of. And then with the music, I felt like now I have fuel Like now I have something to like go off
Because you
of.
went through a story
I
that
went
you
through
can
so
kind of
much.
explain to other people. You're like, hey,
Exactly.
this is a story that I went through.
Yep.
You can kind of take a ride with me
Exactly.
on a red wagon and go through.
I love that. Yes.
Yeah, you know, or a tractor trailer.
It's
So that's
true,
in every
yeah.
single country song too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know,
So-
it's so funny. I'll tell people today, like my family, I'll be like, a lot of these songs, like my family heard me sing when I was like 20, 21, like that time. I was just trying to like come up with cool songs and like write stories. They weren't anything I actually experienced. In the past 3 years, I have not written one song that hasn't been something I have felt, gone through, thought about, experienced. Like now it's like, here they are, they're coming right from me, from like a real place. But I had to go through a really bad time.
Unfortunately,
that way, to
sometimes
get
that's
there.
how it works. It's like
And I'm
God
grateful
will throw
for it.
you through those tumbles of life, but you have to crawl your way back up.
100%.
And it's
Absolutely.
hard, you know, but I'm sure like your family was there to support you throughout the whole situation, and you're a better person from it.
Yeah.
And you know, unfortunately, the ex had to go.
I know.
And things turn around and they get
Yes.
better for you. And you're on the Dani Perro show, so
And
it's
we're here, so it
becoming
can't be
successful. Very, very
That's
true.
It's all that's all so true. I
Yeah.
had to go there to find me again, and it's a new me, and I'm really grateful for it. I have more confidence, and I, you know, have more strength, and I just feel more powerful now going into like a show, going into the studio, like anything, and that all built me.
Well, you also feel different airs from places, right? Like, so when you
Yes.
walked in here into Hamilton Radio, let me ask you, besides seeing like everybody doing their own thing or me greeting you at the door, did you feel the positive? Did you feel the uplifting where it was like, come on in right now,
Yes.
like, let's meet?
Oh my God, 100%. I'm saying that your boyfriend gave me a hug. That's so welcoming. I'm such a hugger. Just let you know.
Yes.
Always, I
Christopher.
will hug people. Same with you. Like very welcoming. And
Bubbly, outgoing, you know, it's just a type
positive.
of, exactly.
And there's not a lot of people around that will do things like you and take in new artists, like take the time to sit and talk with them. Like this is
And
what.
don't charge, because I'm sure that's a huge
Yeah,
thing too.
That's really nice.
Yeah. I got
that's
you,
really
you're
nice out
good.
of it.
No problem.
But really, like this is the kind of stuff that helps us, you know, just get our
Grow.
our name out, get everything out there. So it's helping each other.
Well, I definitely know we kind of jumped a little far, but I wanted to go back because if I wasn't mistaken, I know you got an opportunity to perform for PBS.
Yes.
And it was for the doo-wop.
Doo-wop Generations, and it was like a national show they put together just for like doo-wop music.
Okay, I love doo-wop music.
Oh, do you?
I'm obsessed with
What
it.
do you like?
So I like the Capris.
Oh, that sounds
um,
so familiar. We might have been there that night because there were all these classic doo-wop groups there.
Correct.
Yeah.
I like the Capris.
Right.
Ken Brady and the
Sure.
Casinos. He definitely.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Okay, he's one of our good
Yes.
friends here at Hamilton Radio as
Okay.
well. But he has good music too. And then my other good friends, actually, they're the Jukebox Legends. They do
Okay.
a lot of the certain type of doo-wop music too, like, you know,
really
kind of
love
like
that.
era type of music.
And not many people our age, like our generation, were listening to that music. and
Nobody.
that's why
They're
they-
all listening to what's on the radio. and I
Yes,
can't
which
stand
I
that.
don't even know what's on the radio anymore.
Me
and I
neither.
don't really care to. Like, I'm stuck in an old time Pisces, you know.
Time
old
warp.
souls,
That's just
old souls.
over and over again, and it's the best way to listen, because I want to say today's music might feel different for other people in our generation, but like the oldies, the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, the 40s,
It's untouchable.
it's like every single time it's on, it's just soulful. It's going to
It
be
takes
blasting
you
through my
back.
bones and my lungs and stuff. When I
Right?
have a child, that's what they're listening to.
Amen. Oh my God, love that.
Yes.
You have to. Yeah, it's like untouchable, and nothing will ever compare to that kind of music. But when they asked me to do the show, it was just like you said, like they had a couple other, I think I was the youngest one on the show, but they wanted a younger face to represent doo-wop music still alive.
Yes,
And
which it
I
is.
had
It
told
still
them,
is, yes.
Like, oh, I've actually written a couple songs on guitar that are kind of doo-wop-y, and like I grew up watching Grease, and that was all doo-wop music.
Yeah.
Like that soundtrack was my life. So
I love Grease.
it was really cool.
And Grease 2 is pretty good too.
Oh yes,
I love Grease
I've
2.
not seen too much of Grease 2.
Oh, Grease 2 is amazing. You have to
See,
watch
the
it.
first one I know like the back of my hand.
Grease 2 is good too.
Like, I could,
Michelle
like-
Pfeiffer is in Grease 2.
Yes, love her.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a good one. Now I'm gonna have to watch
Well,
it.
doo-wop is kind of like Hairspray too. It's a lot of the musicals.
Hairspray. See, like, if I wasn't doing country, I'd probably go and do Broadway.
Broadway.
To be honest,
I'm obsessed with Broadway too.
Oh my God, all of it, Wicked, yeah, all those. But when they asked me to do the show, like, I had never performed without my guitar. That was the first time they were like,
Oh, you did it without your
"You're just
guitar.
gonna stand here in a dress." As you could see, I'm like all denim. Like, I don't really do like
A dress.
crazy like hair and makeup and stuff. And they were like doing my hair and makeup. They put me in a dress and heels, and I was in front of a mic, and I learned the song like in a day.
Was it your song or was it one of the
No, it
other
was a
songs?
cover.
Okay. What?
It's called Angel Baby.
Okay, I think I know that song.
1961. It's really pretty. Yeah, it's just like a typical doo-wop song, and like I was able to learn it, thank God, and just like get on stage and do it at like 2:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
I might add.
Yeah.
They had all these other groups that they had to like make sure did everything perfect and didn't like mess anything up, so like the show could keep going. So yeah, that kind of got me out of my comfort zone with the guitar.
Okay.
And then I started to be able to perform without it.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. You needed something to kind of push
See,
you
there's
out.
always something,
Because, like, you always want to have your guitar with you. Obviously, it's your baby, regardless. So you'll always have it with
Oh,
you.
yeah.
But you have opportunities where it's mostly also just your voice that a lot of people want. Or they want acoustic and they want both. But they're probably going to want you to perform and then, like, acoustically or, like,
sure.
without guitar.
For
you know,
sure. And like
that type of thing.
I always wanted to be that singer that could sing just holding a mic and perform the song. Not have to worry about playing the guitar right and singing.
Yeah.
So that gave me the opportunity to get comfortable just like in front of a mic. And I can say as of 2018, because that's when I did the show, I've been able to like sing in front of people and like walk around and like actually perform it, not like do both at the same time. So it was like a cool opportunity into that.
I think that's
intro.
amazing, especially getting the
Thanks.
opportunity to meet the people.
Thank you.
You know, the
Yeah.
certain type of iconic singers
Okay,
that are
so
out there.
remember in Greece, the prom scene, and it was Sean and I.
Yes.
Remember the tall guy? Like, they all had greased back hair, but he was like a tall guy. He was like sitting on someone's shoulders
Okay.
during like the whole dancing thing. He introduced me on stage. So like someone from my childhood favorite movie
Yep.
that I watched as a kid ended up saying my name on stage to bring me out and sing a song. I'm like, this is just
It's
full circle crazy moment.
Amazing.
Like it was really, really cool.
such an iconic moment that, like,
Yeah.
do you have, like,
I will
you
never
like a
forget.
record of it, though, too?
Yeah,
like, or
it's
your
on
family
YouTube.
has it? Oh, you have it on
It's
YouTube?
on YouTube under GWYNNE Alden, Angel Baby, and you can't really miss it because it's me in like a sparkly white dress.
You send
and,
me
like,
that
teased
because I want to
hair
see
and,
it.
like all this crazy makeup that I don't
So it was, like,
wear.
perfectly Grease
Yes,
related.
it was 100% Grease.
Probably, like, Sandy, to a T.
Yeah.
Exact. Speaking of that, I'm wearing a leather jacket,
I
as
was
you
gonna
mentioned
say,
that.
T-birds. I love it.
I love it.
You're the part.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
perfect. So I thought that was hilarious. But no, it's definitely really amazing, the music that we have, you know, now. And I feel like as a musician, you have the opportunity to accomplish and just go throughout your day and understand what's going on, whether or not it's like homelessness outside or, you know, things are going on in war or anything. We all have different inspirations. And you
Yes.
can pull from, too, where you make it positive, you know, versus negative or anything like that. And I feel like a lot of that, too, even though it does happen, it also helps us bring a lot of awareness
Yeah.
for people that don't know what's going on.
For sure.
And that's why a lot of musicians are doing really amazing because they're, you know, reaching out to pull on heartstrings.
Yes.
And that's the big part of being a musician in the industry.
100%. And I know it sounds so cliche. It's probably like oversaid with musicians, but it's the one thing that connects us, because you could go to a concert and there's 5,000 of you and they think one way and they think one way and they think one way, but you're all there to enjoy music and you're all liking it.
So-
And like whatever song is being sung, whatever the genre is, like something is speaking to you. And even with me, like being a songwriter for over 10 years now, I can say like I didn't really grasp that concept until I went through my downfall and my like depression. Like
Or the feel of that certain part of a musician. Like something was
Yes.
missing, but you didn't know what it
like,
was.
I didn't realize, like, okay, as a musician, I really need to speak the truth. I need to, like, make sure that what I'm saying is, like, brutally honest and true to me. Because no one else is going to believe it if I don't believe it. And I didn't write like that or get my artistry out like that for a long time. So I'm really grateful because that's the point of music, art, anything.
A certain
Acting,
type of
dancing,
opportunity
yeah.
that you get. Exactly.
Exactly.
And so you basically also just finished releasing the 2 albums that you previously had as well, correct?
Yes, so I put out my first EP in 2015. I was just graduating college, and Spotify wasn't really around at the time, or if it was, I just
Was
didn't
it
know.
CD Baby?
Yeah, it was CD Baby. Yes, CD Baby.
Yeah.
You got it. There's also like DistroKid and a couple others, but
That's the one that everybody was
I,
using.
like,
Was
can't even
and Google
remember.
Play when that was a thing back in the day.
oh my god.
This Mandela effect has us thinking that we're all going crazy.
Yeah. I don't even know, like, it's crazy to even think about those streaming platforms anymore. But yes, it was DistroKid. So put that out, and and then Somewhere Between Nashville and Jersey was the one I just released in May, and that was all recorded in Nashville.
May of this year,
Yes.
2023.
Mhm.
Okay.
And that's a 5-track EP. About literally like what the title says. Like, it's my life literally between 2 places and mentally between 2 places.
So if you can give me the theme of the title, the theme of the whole album to itself, as where you felt comfortable in both, kind of like where would you want to say?
Like, how would I describe it?
Yes.
Yeah, these 2 places. This one place that's like my second home. Like, I always say Nashville's my second home because I've been there countless times and it's like the back of my hand. And then I have home in Jersey. And like, I have my music, and then there's like another part of life, which is like relationship and love and everything. And like, those can coexist for sure. But as a musician, when you're really driving a dream to how far it can go, it's hard to sometimes like mesh those 2. But I think when I wrote the EP, I was just like, I want people to understand the place where I'm living in. And it's between these 2 places where I feel at home in both, but just trying to find the in-between. So Somewhere Between Nashville and Jersey was born.
And Somewhere Between Nashville and Jersey, if people wanted to get an idea of why Nashville?
Mhm.
Out of
Music
all
City.
the places in the world. Because you know,
Music City.
you also have Los Angeles.
I've
Or
thought about
California.
that. Recently, I'm like, it's so funny. Everybody I talk to says you have to sing in California. I don't know what it is. It's really weird. I've been like playing shows at restaurants and people are like, have you ever sang in California? You have to. I'm like, no, but I guess I will.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I'll go
Somebody's leading you there.
Someone's leading me there. I don't know what it is. But no, Nashville, just because it's Music City and it's country music, like Disneyland, if you will. And like, I don't know where I got into country music. My mom doesn't know. No one in my family was listening to country, but here I am, the black sheep.
Who did you start listening to, though, that got you into country? Do you remember inspiration?
Taylor Swift, for sure.
Okay. Well, she was
when
country,
she was
mid,
country.
then pop.
When she was country.
Yes.
Who else? I mean, oh, God. It's hard to say. 'cause it
Miranda
was just, like,
Lambert? Because you said you really liked
Miranda
her,
Lambert.
too.
Recently, I actually really got into Miranda Lambert.
Okay.
There's so many artists. Literally, like, everyone. Once I like started hearing one country song, I just kept going and going and going.
Well, that's also what a radio station will do to you. And I feel like when I first had gotten a chance to listen to like 92 that I'd mentioned, the opportunity was actually literally that every single time I'd listen to a song, I'd be like, I don't know what this song is, but this is on repeat. So like eventually I'm going to learn it. So I learned it. Now I listen to the station and I know like every single song.
Yes.
And I just sing along
Goes
to
down
the
a rabbit
station.
hole. I do the same thing. Oh my God. And like now I've been interested and like listen, like Miranda Lambert has an off group called Pistol Annies. Have you heard of them?
I've heard of them. I don't think I've listened to them
Oh
yet.
my God.
Because I listen to
dive
most
into
of
their
her.
albums. You would love them. If you like her, you would love it.
Yes.
But yeah, like.
But Luke
any
Combs,
kind of
Luke
country
Bryan, like
music,
all of them,
yes.
like Jason Aldean. I think it's just the certain ways that they portray
Yep.
how they sing. How they sing is just amazing too.
Yes.
Like amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like how they sing, what they explain, what they talk about, even if it's kind of like the same thing, literally, if they're
Yeah.
talking about drinking a beer,
Yeah.
riding a tractor,
You can never-
a wagon
I
wheel.
always say, you can't get tired of a really good country song talking about beer or a truck or heartbreak. At least I don't.
Yep,
Like
or
somewhere
wine.
inside of me, there's like a really
Lottery ticket,
old
everything.
man living in the South, like just sitting on his porch strumming a guitar, like, and I don't know where it came from, but at the end of the day, like, country music is so honest, and I crave like honesty in life, and like I crave like deep connection and stuff and conversations, and so like and that's what country music is, just with a guitar, with pedal steel and a fiddle, and like it's just all. So that combined is just like heaven to me.
I think also with country music, it's the feel of how you put it out there. More a lot of manifestation too, because that's actually really big in the industry. That a lot of people don't think they're using it, or they think it's mostly karma. It's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
It's a real thing, and I feel like a lot of people are using it, and it's slowly happening more in the country industry, because I feel like a lot of musicians are like, hey, have you ever heard of The Secret? Have you ever done this or anything? And I'm just like, oh my God, like they're on the same page as me.
Yeah, it's like someone out there is really like saying this is a real thing, and like just be open to it. It's almost like a mindset. Like you just have to.
They're opening your third eye, basically.
Yeah,
That's what.
And you have to be open to that before it can even happen.
Exactly.
And like whether that's like for me, I pray and I rely on my faith and stuff like that, and I also like believe the universe is always working for the good of you, and like as long as you're like doing like the next right thing, and like you just keep that pattern, like
Goes like that.
yeah, it just ends up like leading you to where you're supposed to be. Even if there's like weird detours, like you're always getting to where you're supposed to be.
Well, somewhere between Nashville and Jersey, I know you were going to perform it live for us today. So whenever you're ready, I'd love to hear
I will
it.
absolutely do that. I'm going to throw this over here so I don't tip it over.
No problem.
Sure. Oh, I don't think I've ever sang with my jacket on.
Okay, things are changing.
This is a first. I'm good. Okay. Should we do a little intro to the song?
Whatever you want.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on here. This is just so fun. Truly. But this song is the opening track to the EP. I drove to and from Nashville the whole year I was living there. So like holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, or just coming home for a break, I was driving. Because I was always bringing a lot of music equipment. So like I couldn't really bring that on a flight. And it's a long time in the car. It gives you a lot of time to think. And so I didn't write this during my time in Nashville. I wrote it when I came back, just about literally that drive, the road. It just had to be captured. So
Okay.
this is that drive to Nashville. Taking turns at the wheel. Oh, every feeling I could ever feel was made in that car. You and I growing up. Oh man, it was real love. I'd take it all back if I could. Yeah, you know I would, 'cause we just flew right on by. Time. Oh, it's got me thinking about you. Oh, with tears in my eyes. The sun sets behind on that drive to Nashville.
and it never ends. Oh yeah, 'cause we just do alright on by. Never care about the time. Oh, it's got me thinking about you. Oh, with tears in my eyes. The sun sets behind on the drive to Nashville. Oh yeah, on that drive to Nashville.
Good job. Thank you so much, Ruben, for helping that. We
I
encourage
was the
it.
human, the human hands, the human
Could you-
mic stand.
So you couldn't hear the beginning a little bit, or it was okay?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
We made it a little bit bigger, so that's
Yeah,
good.
a little
That's
bit.
good.
It's so
Yeah.
nice and
Yeah, it was
clear,
definitely,
great.
it was so
my
beautiful,
God.
yes.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Ruben. Thank you so much for helping. We really appreciate that. So we just heard on that drive to Nashville. So where can people purchase your music as for on the platform right now?
So it's everywhere. Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, iTunes, basically anywhere you can find music. It's on all platforms.
You said Spotify?
Yes.
Spotify.
Spotify is like the main one. Like if you could follow me on Spotify, that would be like the biggest thing. That's what I kind of always drive to people because for me, that's where I listen to all my music.
I do too.
Where I find other
Same.
artists. Same with you.
Amazon too, I think. That's the other one.
Yeah. Like iTunes used to be the thing, but like I still have my little iPod. I don't know about you, but like I still have a little tiny square one that somehow still works. But yeah, Spotify is like the main.
Yeah,
place to find it.
Spotify and Amazon Music as well. Yes,
Yep,
definitely.
YouTube, all the things.
And do you have like a website or like social media as well out there so people can follow you?
So I don't have a website right now. I'm working on getting a new one together, but I have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook is Gwen Alden Music. Again, YouTube. Instagram is honestly where I post mostly everything.
I think that's how I found you in the beginning
like
at
that's
first.
where I want to get all my shows out and like video of everything. So Instagram is like
Or reels,
Yes.
stuff like that too.
Mhm.
Because that's also becoming
Yep.
really big things as well in
there's
this
so much.
generation.
It keeps changing every day. I don't know where it's gonna go next, but
I believe
it'll be
you.
interesting to see.
I feel the same situation with that.
It's
So
crazy.
what is kind of going on with you? Do you have like more music now currently in the works? Do you have anything upcoming event-wise?
Oh, lots. So between May and right now, I have been to Nashville 4 times to record all my new songs for a debut album. I've never put on an album before, so this is like the first time where it's like full album, not like a short EP.
And who are you working with? Are you working
His
with your
name is
producer?
Davey Law,
Okay.
and he's down in Nashville. He's in Franklin, and it's so funny. I met him through my sister on Instagram, and we just kind of connected because I saw on his Instagram that he said he lives in Nashville, and I was like, oh wow, like he worked on a small independent film with my sister, and then I saw Nashville, so I was like, you know my sister and works with
Connections.
Nashville, so like
Yeah.
that's how that was born, that connection, and he's fabulous. He brings my songs to life. But yeah, so an album's gonna come out 2024. I don't know exactly when, but
Okay.
2024, and then yeah, shows everywhere all the time.
Do you have
all the
any
time.
upcoming shows this like previous month or
This
next month?
Friday, Friday's the 27th.
Yes, it
right?
is.
Yes.
October
I
27th.
can't like even grasp
Almost November.
time. Friday the 27th, I'll be in South Amboy. It's an art center, and it's a show from 7 to 9. So it's like a writer's room.
Okay.
A little more intimate, but still. And then Saturday, I'll be at the Grove in Shrewsbury. I'll be doing outdoor music from 12 to 2. So that's kind of just like outdoor, like singing a bunch of covers, which I love. So yeah, both those this weekend, and then more in November, December, everything.
Do you have a schedule currently like online?
I do.
or-
So
Okay.
all my shows are on Instagram. They'll post right to Facebook so everyone can see like in 2 places. And I always post more than I have to about any show.
Do you feel like you also, because I know we were talking a little bit off air too, but you said you like Asbury area too. Do you feel like you get a chance to perform there a lot, or you want to?
You know, I used to perform there. Asbury was like my #1 place right before I moved to Nashville.
Okay.
I was always at the Asbury Hotel.
Stone Pony?
Stone Pony I played, Wonder Bar,
Yes.
The Saint before they closed it down.
Yes.
So like, yeah, all those places, and I love Asbury. But I haven't been back there recently. I've just been like, I've been more South Jersey, to be honest. Like Manahawkin, Point.
Point Pleasant?
Yeah, Point Pleasant.
Okay.
B2 Bistro in Point Pleasant. It's
Okay.
like a really fancy, like rooftop restaurant bar.
Yes, I know exactly what that
Yeah.
is. It's on Point Pleasant Boardwalk, isn't it?
It's on Main Street. So
Okay.
it's like a couple blocks in from the beach. And they've been having me since September, which is really cool. So I'll be back there November 19th. Where else? There's a couple more places. There's a venue called Albert Hall in Waretown. It's exit 69 off the Parkway. And I call it the Grand Ole Opry of the Jersey Shore because it's just a country house. It's like a country hall.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of bluegrass bands, classic country. And this place fills up. And it's really cool. They have shows every Saturday at 6:30. I think tickets are like $10 or $15. But I'm playing there once a month.
Okay.
So that's really cool. Yeah, but everything else is on socials.
I love that. I think that's amazing that you get a chance to perform at Point Pleasant and stuff too.
Yeah.
Did you ever do?
It's different.
There's another place. I think it was in. Was it Belmar? There's another huge.
Belmar, I'm trying to think. There's Staygold.
Okay.
Staygold.
Stone Pony was Asbury. We mentioned
Stone
that.
Pony,
Yes,
yes.
she performed there.
What's Belmar? I'm trying to think because I have.
Was it
played
Belmar? Or maybe it's not Belmar. It's Tom's River.
Tom's River. I don't know if I've ever played in Tom's River, to be
Okay.
honest.
Maybe then I have to think of it probably off air. I'm
But
coming
like,
to.
It's funny. There's
Can't
actually
think.
been so many. I'm with you.
I'm like, what is the
let
place
me
I'm even trying to
remember.
mention
Yeah.
right now? I wanted to say Cooper's, but that's here in Trenton.
Oh my gosh. Well, see, I'm always like looking. I'm always like, any town I get to go to now, I'm like, where's your country place?
Well, the other
Where
thing
do you
is,
like country music? Because I will be there.
the other thing is, Friendly's right here in Robbinsville. They get an opportunity sometimes to do like open mic for a lot of people that
Oh,
come
no
in.
way.
Wednesdays is actually karaoke night, so they get the karaoke open for
My
musicians.
sister and I have been looking for a karaoke place. Do you do it there?
I go there sometimes to sing, yes.
Oh my god.
And my mom goes there to sing as well. But you can bring
What's your go-to karaoke?
so
curious.
yeah, no problem. Probably Heaven by King Brown.
Oh my god!
Just the top of my head, that's the first one that like came to my
You have to
head.
do it. I think mine would probably be like Shania Twain.
Or would it be
Definitely.
Should Have Been Us by Tori Kelly?
Ooh. Oh my god, I want to hear you sing.
Later. Not doing it on the show. Yeah.
Well, now I have to go to the karaoke place because I've been wanting to do that.
Yes, but you can always bring your mic too, and they do open mic where you can either perform covers or your
Oh my
regular
God,
music, and
no
you can be a
way.
part of it and just get
I'm
other
always
people to
down
be
for
like,
that
who are you?
stuff.
Exactly.
There's even you know, where I'm from, Monmouth County, like there's always an open mic somewhere, and those I'll still do those to this day, just to go, just to sing.
I
Like,
think it's
sometimes
just fun, even if it's at a bar,
Exactly.
just to have a good time.
Because for me, like,
It's a night
I
out.
went through such a period of like no music at all that like now getting to do it.
You want to do it like
wherever,
everywhere.
I want to do it all the time.
Exactly.
Because I thought I wasn't going to do it ever again. I was like, oh my
And
god.
God blessed you that you are able to, and you will,
Thank
and
you
now
for
you want to
saying
do
that.
basically everywhere you can.
Thank you for
Everywhere
saying
you can
that.
get your hands on it. You want to get the
Exactly.
opportunity
I'm ruthless.
to share
I'm
it.
like, get me in there with my boots and my denim, and we'll be good
So
to go.
the new music that we're working on for the new album, can we get a little snippet of like an idea of what you're kind of looking to drop? Like, is it still going to be between Nashville and Jersey? Is it going to be something where maybe Nashville is more of the home because you're going there to record and it seems like more pulling?
That's a really like interesting point you bringing that up, because I was just asking my producer down there. I go, hey Davey, like what do you think is the common thread throughout all these songs? There's 10 songs, they're all really different. Like, is there
Because
anything
people are going to
that-
ask you what's your theme.
I know.
Every time you
now
create
I
an
have to think
album.
about it, because I don't really know. I think like all the songs are different. Yes, there's some ballads, there's some upbeat ones. They're all much more country, which is what I'm trying to go more towards. I know like I am country, but like there's subgenres of country.
Of course, pop country,
yeah.
regular country, rock country,
And I
a little
almost
bit
wanna
of metal
go-
too. But I'm like, how could you
There
put
is
metal
a
in
little
country?
bit.
It's weird.
I know. I agree. I agree.
Can't get into that.
But like I am trying to go a little more like country western. So maybe like outlaw if you want to say it, but like just that route.
You should go to
And-
Wild West City,
Where's that?
the point in New Jersey.
Oh my God.
I'll talk about it after
Okay,
the show.
so
That's
yeah,
Western for sure.
That's gonna happen for sure. If it says Wild West, there we go.
It is literally Wild West.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you could probably get inspiration by walking in, and they do all like the old-fashioned shows
I'm
and
sure I
everything,
would.
and they ride horses.
There's so many things in Jersey that are like more country than you think. Do you know
I'm like
Cowtown
starting.
Rodeo?
What is it?
Cowtown Rodeo. It's the only rodeo in New Jersey.
Okay.
Bulls, the whole thing.
Where?
It's in Pine Grove. It's way south. This is like on the border of like Delaware.
That's why it's far.
Yeah. It's very South Jersey. But I got to sing the national anthem there
Wow.
in June to like 3,000 people. And that was my first time ever singing.
Especially at a rodeo.
At a rodeo. Where
That's
they're like
super
die-hard,
country.
like, you know, country, like America, the whole thing. And like, so that was really cool. And like, yeah, there's stuff like that where you wouldn't expect to find in New Jersey. But if you look, you'll find it.
There's
So,
different things everywhere, like
yeah.
always constantly popping
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
So I know that we're slowly coming to a close of the show, and we
we're
did
having
play Bent Wing, but we didn't. We played the other song that was Bent Wing. So we're actually going to close with Bent Wing, the correct song that we're hoping to play correctly. But I just want to say,
perfect to wrap it up.
but I just want to say, definitely more than anything, thank you so much for being on the show. It was
Thank
kind of
you.
amazing having you, even
You're
interrogating
such a
you.
natural with this too. Like I will come back and talk to you whenever. Like I mean it.
Well,
this is just
we already made it. We're going to get
so
text
great.
messages after
We're
this,
gonna
so there's
do
no
it.
problem with that at all. That's definitely going to happen. But yeah, I mean, if you ever want to be on the show again and you do release your album, we'll make sure to have you back. Reach out to me and Chris in a heartbeat,
It'll
and
be
we'll have you on.
2024. I don't have a title or anything, but when it's out, I would love to come back and talk about it.
So we're going to play Bent Wing.
Didn't we play that already?
We played the other one by accident.
That one was called New Kind of Being in Love.
This one is going to be Bent Wing.
third track. It's the slower song.
There's three
Kind of
songs.
a new kind of thing.
No, that was the one we just played.
It was?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
We
That's
just
okay.
got the title
She just
wrong.
wanted to play it because she didn't want to stop you, but we're going to close with Bent Wing.
I just let it go. I'm going.
No,
slow.
you're good. But I just want to say more than anything, thank you so much for being on the show. I loved having you. Make sure you give out your social media again, please, where people can find you, and just encourage them to listen more to your music and what's kind of upcoming and what they're going to be listening to later down the line.
Yes. All things social media is Gwen Alden. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
How do you spell your name? Because I know you spelled a little differently.
It is, and this is what I always feel like I have to tell people because they just think of regular Gwen. So GWYNNE Alden, ALDEN, and that's me on everything. So shows all the time, working on a new album, and here in Nashville. That's the life right now. So.
And real quick, I just want to say as well, I know your parents and your sister were tuning in, so if you want to give a shout out to them or anyone that was tuning in, your girlfriend
Hi,
Caitlin.
fam.
So thank you
Hi,
all
sis.
being supportive and being
Hi,
a part of the
whoever
show
else is out
today. And you guys can always find it. We'll be putting it live on the Dani Perro Show website tomorrow. So you are actually going to be our homepage for probably a week.
Oh my God.
So you can have people go there and be like, hey, if you didn't get a chance to watch a show on Facebook, go to the website homepage.
Absolutely.
Right
and
there.
I actually told a couple of people that because they were wondering, like, oh, if I can't tune in, can I see it? So I told them, you didn't catch it all. And,
Yep. Well, you have other opportunity like that
Yes.
too. So we'll put you on our homepage too.
oh, perfect.
Yes. So we are going to close with Bent Wing, but thank you all so much for tuning in. Listen to Bent Wing, and then we'll finish the show.
Thanks, guys. Awesome.
When you get up with the morning sun and you're looking for a reason, but you can't find one. Sit with your mom so you don't cry all alone. Leave your worries to the sky, that's where they'll go. Bent wing, you can still fly. Might not be easy, but it won't hurt to try. Just keep on pushing through. All of your dreams will come to you. Bent wing. She said it's only just a bent wing, and you're not broken, but it still stings. Maybe it's making me stronger than before, and I have all I need, don't have to ask for more. Been wing, you can still fly. Might not be easy, but it won't hurt to try. Just keep on pushing through. All of your dreams will come to you. Been wing. Been wing. Been wing, you can still fly. Might not be easy, but it won't hurt to try. Just keep on pushing through. All of your dreams will come to you. Been wing. It ain't no thing. Been wing. Look at you sing, look at you fly. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Okay.
to that.
Well, with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning into the show. I really hope you guys stay tuned every time the Dani Perro show is live. We're here every Tuesday from 6:30 to 7:30. And you had the opportunity to meet Gwen Alden today, so make sure you guys stay up to date with all of her social media. And we'll see you next week on Tuesday. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Waiting till we're clear.